just for the sake of argument, let's say you're either into preparedness or you're just recently waking up and figuring out that being prepared is better than living your life inside this bubble. And part of preparedness means you're prepared in your communication skills because you realize that this is one power outage or intentional shutoff away from becoming a glass and plastic brick. Now, also for the sake of argument, let's just say that you're already a ham and you've got something like this or even something like this, but not everybody in your like-minded group may be a ham, have the inclination to get their ham radio license, or even in some cases have the ability, the mental wherewithal to learn any rules. For those supercritical communications, you could go out and get something like this set up. You could go out and get yourself a blister pack of family radios or GMRS radios, and you could run with those. What I want to talk about today is somewhere in the cross between the two. This is not a blister pack radio, but actually what I would consider a well-built FRS radio system. This is the Retivis RT47. We'll talk about them this time on K6UDA Radio. Yes, my friends, today I want to talk about a couple of little radios here. This is the Retivis RT47. These are FRS radios. Obviously, not ham radios. Obviously, you do not need a license for these. If you like the video, please give it the big thumbs up. Also, if you haven't already hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe, the bell notification right next to it. Oh, and notice I now have a big board for my newly found patch collection here. So to the ham radio cops out there, thank you for your patches. Like I said, this is the Retivis RT47. These are FRS radios. The user manual is written in a pretty clear and concise manner, and it revealed a few things to me that I wasn't aware that this radio was capable of doing. But enough of that, let's get to this radio and see exactly what it is. The radios themselves are small, and yes, it has a built-on antenna that doesn't come off. The battery pack is a lot like the DMR radios that we're used to seeing in ham radio world. And the radio construction itself, I would say, is more along the lines of a commercial type radio more than a family radio system. The radios ship with an included drop-in charger that can be either charged from a wall outlet or a USB outlet. These radios are a extremely simple design. No display on the front. There is a single volume knob that turns on and off the radio and turns up and down the volume. There are 3 buttons on the side. There is a push to talk button. There is a channel up.
2, 3, 4.
The top button, if you hold and press and hold it, it gives you unsquelched tone so you can hear a distant station. The bottom button, if you press and hold that, it locks the channels.
1, 1, 1.
And then you can unlock it by pressing and holding the same button.
2, 3, 4.
There's a serial interface, much like any other Motorola type radio. I think Retivis might have done this in a large part for the IP67 waterproof rating, but also to kind of keep that Retivis line consistent. They make DMR radios. Now obviously the other controls are very simple. There's on, off, and volume on the top, up and down buttons, plus the PTT on the other side of the radio. That's about it. Now, like I said before, the RT47 has no screen whatsoever. It has one LED indicator, and that LED indicator will show you whether you're transmitting or receiving. Removing the battery is very, very easy. Just pull the little latch at the bottom and the battery will just pop right off. The battery that's included with the radio is an 1100 milliamp battery. Not the most powerful battery in the world, but hey, again, this is an FRS radio, not a ham radio. My 5-year-old granddaughter is operating the radio. So, as far as prepper communications, to have some FRS radios means you can hand these out to everybody in the household, anybody in the household. A 5-year-old, literally a 5-year-old can operate this. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Oh yeah, they're way down on Peachtree Lane, huh?
Yes.
Yes, you're almost a mile away, aren't you? Mrs. K6UDA was very, very impressed with these radios. She was impressed with the simplicity of it because she could work it, and she is not a technical radio person. So it worked just fine for her, worked just fine for a 5-year-old. And here's the bonus. Set up your kids and your grandkids with an FRS radio and they will have fun, and they may just get hooked on the whole radio thing, which would open the door for them to do a little bit of studying and possibly get the ham radio license. Now, I didn't want to leave this review in the hands totally of a 5-year-old. So I took these up with me on a recent trip to my buddy Brian's place in Southern Oregon, where I spent Field Day 2020. I'm up here at the BDS Ranch and the BDS 300-yard range. A nice little test of the Retivis radios. Brian is over at the house taking care of some last-minute business. He's got one of these. I have one of these. I am a mile away from him, a full mile. Let's see how they work. Yo, Brian, N6 BDS. How are you copying me over here?
N6 BDS copies you loud and clear, Bob. Loud and clear.
These are pretty impressive. I have some other FRS radios out here that we use,
and they are nowhere near as
clear as this.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with these at home, and I'm even more impressed with them out here because, I mean,
we're fully over a hill from each other and through a whole shit ton of trees.
So pretty impressed. And these things are supposed to be a lot
more durable, more commercial quality than a lot of those blister pack radios.
So would you say that this is a bigger success than the last radio that I brought out here to test?
Yeah, that's affirmative.
Those were POSs. They very miserably worked, even line of sight. We couldn't get 300 yards on them, if you remember. So these are much improved. I like them. They're compact and super clear. What other features do they have?
If you have a programming cable, you could program in the side tones and do the special tones. On the other side of the radio, there is that little ribbon connector, so you can connect up a an external microphone, speaker mic if you want. And these are IP67 rated, so I guess they can get wet. So let's go ahead and change the channel. Let's move to channel 5.
2,
So,
2, 4, 3, 4, 5.
all right, Brian, do you copy here on channel 5?
10-4. I am reading you loud and clear. How many channels do we have to choose from then?
16 channels, and then if you use the programming cable, you could program in. I think there's like 10 sub channels for each channel.
Good little radios. Very impressed. Yeah, I give them at least a 9 out of 10. I wouldn't say that they have any problems. I'm looking at the little belt clip here too. Pretty sturdy. Pulling on it pretty good. Snaps back pretty good. BDS out.
All right, guys. Now let's get back to the rest of the review. I like the fact that it is so simple. There's no screen on here to break. So this thing could be on my belt clip. It could be on a chest rig. It could be basically anywhere. And if it gets banged around, which it's meant to get banged around while I'm, say, mowing the lawn or working in the garden kind of thing, working outside, and somebody in the group needs to get a hold of me for non-essential communications. What I'm not really wild about is they give you this this nice water-resistant input for a mic or in some cases a programming cable, but trying to find the microphone or the programming cable to buy is horrendous. You could find them on Retivis's site. I've tried to find them on Amazon, somewhere where I can be assured where I'm getting it quickly and cheaply, and I just really haven't had a whole lot of luck, especially with the programming cable, unless it's the same programming cable as one of their other radios. I think it's the RT82, but I haven't found anything on the website that says that the RT47 and the RT82 are compatible with accessories.
Holy crap, I almost forgot. The price.
$59 on Amazon. Use my Amazon link, my Amazon affiliates, to order these or to learn more about them. It'll help me, it'll help you, it won't cost you a dime, and yeah, it does help me out. Here's the link. Guys, if you enjoyed this review, if you enjoy reviews for things that are for the rest of your family, please give this the thumbs up. And if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button right now and the bell notification right next to it. Think about contributing to the cause. Here is my Patreon and my PayPal links. Oh, if you have a question or an idea for a show, please, again, here's an email link. That's all I've got today. I'm Bob, K6UDA, and I'm out of here, my friends. 7-3.